And I'll tell you guys since we're all friends. Every character I write has a piece of me in them. Hi, I'm Lee Bardugo. You're listening to the GrishaCast.
Welcome to GrishaCast, episode 128. In this episode, we will be discussing chapters 24 through 26 of Lee Bardugo's Ninth House. This is your host, Eric.
And I'm Terry from Nashville, Tennessee. This is your podcast for all things Grishaverse.
A world created by our mother of Lethe, protecting us from the wolf at the door, Lee Bardugo. Moi savienyi, casters.
Hi!
Hello! Well, we have some listener cities.
Uh-huh. First, we have Krakow, Poland.
Woo! Thank you.
Yes.
And next, we're going to Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
That sounds fancy.
It sure does. Makes me want to go get some tea.
Oh,
We
wait.
got some. Ooh, how fancy of us. We always have tea, though.
Yes,
So.
this is very true.
And I haven't tried it yet, which
Oh.
I'm about to do.
Ooh.
Terry has, brought GrishaCast up a level and up a notch. We are fancy tonight, y'all, because because we ain't using tea bags up in here.
No.
We got the real stuff.
No tea bagging for us.
Nope. We are using tea leaves. Yeah. Terry got some really fancy tea.
Yes.
And so it's like, I'm about to try it.
It's got almonds and stuff.
Ooh, that's really good. And I promise you I wouldn't just say that, but it is really good. It tastes it's very fruity.
Yeah.
There's a lot on my palate right now.
Yeah, it's a lighter tea because it's a white tea. So it doesn't have... It's not like a black tea or a rubies or whatever that is.
Yeah.
So it's a lighter tea, but
I like
it.
light teas. I really do. I do.
Yeah.
The white teas.
Mm-hmm.
Not light. Sorry. White teas. Because that's what you said, right?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
white tea.
I really like white teas myself.
We'll have to go on a fancy tea date.
Yeah. Tea is, I love tea, obviously, and I have a great tea set. I've never bought they sell tea on T2, but I haven't bought it because it's expensive.
Yeah.
Real tea.
Real tea is expensive.
Yeah.
Like real quality.
Yeah. And actually, bringing that up, we should raise a cup to Queen Elizabeth.
Raise a pinky.
Yes. To Queen Elizabeth the what?
Second?
The second? It's the second. Yeah, because she is there. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth the second. Raise your tea cup. Oh, my pinky's out. Okay. Yes, we are recording on the 8th. So today, yeah, I didn't. It's sad to hear, but at the same time, she lived an amazing
96 years old, reigned over 70 years. She's the country's longest reigning monarch. The things
Incredible.
that she has seen in her lifetime, the things that
Exactly. I was gonna say the thing that's what I think is amazing is just the things that she has seen, and sometimes there are movies that portray some families and people well, and however I think the show The Crown is a very good show on that Netflix did.
Yeah.
And I think it did her justice. However, I can't say because a lot of us I don't think know really all of the personal secrets.
Well, no.
But it definitely I don't know, I felt like I got to know her better when I watched that show. I loved it. But when I heard, I've always been wondering, as she's gotten older, I was like, oh God, when she passes, it's gonna be so sad. But now, I know we shouldn't be hey, really excited about this, but we will be able to see now the King William
No,
No,
King Charles.
King Charles. Okay, so there's going to be some kind of ceremony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll have to have a crowning ceremony, but um
So
right when she passed, it went directly to King Charles. And
right.
so but they will have to have the whole
He's pretty
yeah,
up there
he's
himself.
yeah.
And when he passes, it'll go to William.
Yes.
Okay. So I just skipped over Charles.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charles. Didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to skip you in the line.
Yeah, I mean, we're Americans, so we're not big fans of the monarchy.
I think it's so cool.
It's monarchy is not cool.
I
But watching a family was fun, and seeing her life,
yeah.
and that's like you can separate not wanting to be in a country ruled by a monarchy,
Right.
but also being fascinated and being able to watch it from afar.
Yeah, and let me express that when I meant that monarchy was cool, I meant like I love the fascination of just kings and queens and like royal families,
Yeah.
and I
The
just
pomp and
yeah, pomp and circumstance of all that, and I think I think there is some beauty to that, and but yeah, we live in a completely different country, so we really don't have any clue what that is like.
no, yeah, we literally ran away from that.
So we can't say anything. We don't have anything to say. I just realized that for those of you watching on YouTube, my screenshot has me right next to a huge arrow pointing next to it, something saying weed. That is really funny.
But that's not what's active right now. There it is.
Okay.
You're on a weed trip.
I'm weed. Right there.
Weed trip. That's
weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed.
That's great.
Trip.
That's great.
Yeah. I just noticed that. I was like, God, that's a big arrow. For those of you just listening, but if you are a follower of us on Instagram, then you might have seen this. This is our version of Alex's whiteboard drawing from last week's chapters. Thank you, Chris, for helping out a lot with this. Yeah, so this was actually on a whiteboard. So, yeah, come on, realism. So,
The murder board.
yes, so this is our whiteboard picture. If you are just listening to the podcast, not watching on YouTube, I have no clue what we're talking about, but would like to go on over to GrishaCast on Instagram, or possibly even, I think it's on Facebook as well. You can see the image. We just drew an image of what was described as the whiteboard drawing that Alex was drawing as they were trying to put all the pieces together. That was a very complex and confusing chapter in itself.
You did a very good job.
This actually helped me a lot understand what really went on in that chapter. So it might be a really good activity for people when you read this chapter to maybe try to draw along.
Right.
It helps.
Or reference your wonderful work.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Chris.
Yes.
So, but, yeah. Oh, and I am sporting my Grishaverse hoodie. Loving it. I'm so excited. I know it's definitely not autumn here.
No.
But I am ready for it, and I am schwitzing, waiting for it. I'm just waiting. I've got my hoodies. I can't wait. I'm ready for all this cold weather. As a matter of fact, I was very hot a second ago. I had my little pony Afghan, and it got a little too hot. So, but anyways, Grishaverse.
Grishaverse.
Yay! And we got a lot coming in the Grishaverse world, which is really exciting. Just we are in the month that Demon in the Wood comes out.
Yeah.
And we have GrishaCast news coming later because we actually got word from Lee today, y'all. So we'll get to that later. So Anyways, and also live, we're watching my turtle possibly give birth to some more babies.
Not really.
Not really, no. Uh,
Just laying eggs.
yeah, Sam is really loving life these days. Because she's outside in her outside
Enclosure.
yes, or what's the other word that I was looking for? Habitat. Yes, her outdoor habitat. And yeah, I for a second when I went out there, I was like, oh my god, I can't find her. And I looked under the ladybug. There's this big ladybug that I have out there for decoration because she seemed to be fascinated with that recently. But no, she was over in the corner digging another hole, and she's obviously when she's digging it with her back legs, so that means she's digging another hole to drop some eggs in there, which is crazy because she just did this I feel like just a couple weeks ago. And we stayed up just like good parents would. I mean,
Oh,
that was a long, that poor Sam. Like, it was so sad. Like, it wasn't sad, but I think I can't remember who I brought this up to and who I didn't. But it was like 2 in the morning that finally we brought Sam inside after like 8 hours of this whole ordeal because they dig the hole with their back legs and then they then cover it back up and pat it down. And it's all with these little legs. That's it. They never use their front legs at all. It's
yeah.
just with their two back legs. And it's actually pretty fascinating to watch. And so she after we brought her back inside though, she was so like used to doing that because she had been doing it for hours. This little it's really cute. One leg would go in, scoop up the dirt, put it to the side. The other leg goes in, scoops the dirt, puts it to the side. So it was like this little like machine. She kept doing that when she was inside on a hardwood floor. And I was like, Sam, stop. Like, you're not. It was like she kept on just doing it. I was like, oh my God, she's going to she's going insane.
Oh,
She's going
did
to
you
keep.
hold her little hand?
I was trying. She kept on just like, I was like, oh my God, she's going to my turtle's going to go insane. She's going to never fall asleep. She's just going to continuously keep thinking she's digging dirt.
Just keep digging. Just keep digging.
Exactly. So we will see. So we've got, of course, Chris knows how crazy I am. So I have to have cameras of.
Well, there is a full moon tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So we've got these eggs.
Was it a full moon the last time she did it?
You know what? I probably can look back. It was probably about a month ago.
It might have something to do with it.
Turtles also only lay eggs when they're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And she had only laid eggs once before in my lifetime. And yeah, well now she's just loving it.
Well, good.
I know.
She's healthy and happy.
Yeah, and I don't know whether people hear what our producer says or not.
I'm guessing no.
And I wish they could because we told him to turn his mic on, but people don't hear those wonderful little side comments, and I wish he would please.
And all anyone hears is just us reacting to it.
And my reactions are usually silence. So
then you just seem awkward.
Yep. So usually those awkward moments, those pauses, those me acting like myself
is when Chris is talking in
to
our
me.
ears.
Yes. Well, he was just joking that he was saying that breakfast was great the next morning. He said French toast was good the next morning. Cuz yeah, turtle eggs. Uh-huh. Yeah. No. I love you, husband, but yeah, you should say scrambled eggs. At least they'd get the, French toast. That's what you say when everybody goes to and clears out the grocery stores here when it's about to snow. Everybody's about to go make French toast because all the bread, the milk, and eggs are gone.
Yeah, what else are you going to do with it?
I know. Because it's going to go bad. So, anyways, sorry, I probably spoke way too long about what's going on. But actually, that felt really good because that was some really, that had nothing to do with any of the drama that's going on in my life. And Oh, that was nice.
Yay!
Yay, fun.
Sam eggs.
Sam eggs. And the Grishaverse. And tea. And you guys. I
Yay!
love you all. So how are you, girl? You good?
I'm good. I mean, there's been a lot of drama
Yeah.
at work. But I think I read recently that the moon is like in this real emotional area right now. So I think
Oh.
everybody's kind of
Oh, I'll look into.
everybody's kind of going through it.
Okay. I'll have to look into that.
I haven't myself been like emotional,
Right.
but it's been a difficult couple of weeks.
Well, it definitely makes sense.
And everything kind of came to a head earlier this week, and everything's finally like feeling better. So I'm happy.
Good.
Although it's been like the longest, shortest week. Like we didn't work
Monday.
Monday, but it already feels like it should be Saturday. It's been such a long week, so
Yeah.
just have to get through tomorrow.
We're almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah. Oh, and it's your son's birthday.
Yes, it's my youngest son's birthday.
Happy birthday, Alden.
He's 15.
Oh my God.
I know, it's so weird. I'm not old enough for that. But he's also like way taller than me, so it's also really easy to believe.
Did I found some pictures of him and my dad, like from my wedding, that
Oh,
they are the cutest thing. It's adorable. It's him my dad is sitting on, I think they're sitting on a couch, and I think it's where we were getting ready in our room.
Yeah.
And
In the bride's room.
Yep, in the bride's room, because we had so much room and we had a couch and everything. And my dad was sitting in there just relaxing, and Alden's just, his legs couldn't even go over the side. Like they were just, but he was sitting next to
Yeah.
my dad, and they both are in their tuxes, and it's the cutest thing.
Aw.
And I found it, and there's one with even like Rylan next to him, and it's so cute. I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah.
It's sitting literally in my living room. Like I pulled it out because I was like, I love this picture. It was just really cute to see. It's crazy, like how fast they grow.
I know. I know most of our audience is younger, and you have no idea what we're talking about, and you're like, "Come on, old people." But
That
yeah,
growth
it's
spurt. It's watching the
it's-
growth spurt.
yeah. I mean, I think everybody that's gotten out of high school knows that somewhere in between like sophomore, junior year, there is just this like
Whew.
woo. And so that's where we are right now. And they don't think that he's done growing. He's like from last year to this year has been absolutely insane. He's like almost 6'1" now at this point.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's bonkers.
It's crazy. I love it. That's
And
awesome.
And he's a really good kid too.
He is.
So
Both
he's
your
the
kids.
best.
Ugh, I love both your kids. And I love our kid. I love that our kids love one another.
Yes.
That just worked out well, didn't
That's
it?
just like that's the dream.
Thank
Where
God.
like best friends have kids, and those kids then become best friends.
Yeah, thank God. That worked out really well. That was a good one. Like, so I love that. So we're very lucky there.
I mean, they're gonna have to take care of us, so I hope like they stay in
Exactly.
touch. So that
Oh, they will. We'll make them. Yeah. Get it together, kids.
right.
Yeah. Did you call Alden? Okay. You better
Stay
call.
together for the parents.
Yeah. Because you better stay in touch.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna have a choice.
No. Terry says that you have a that'd be really funny if we just kind of are going back and forth and just being like, that'll
It's
be
like
fun.
those shows on Netflix with
It
like
is.
best friends with kids.
It sure is.
We're doing that.
We are. So we should start our
That got
show.
really sappy.
We are very sappy sometimes.
Wow.
But we cute too.
At
least we
got
think we
really
cute.
sappy. I feel like I need to go punch a kitten or something.
You know what? We'll go do that right after.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Yeah.
It'll make me feel so much better.
And I'll go get some weed.
I know. And
You're going to Blake.
See, but in the big picture, it's next to me.
It's back. I have no clue what's going on.
And then when you get to just me, then I have Blake, which
This,
and
you know
Lance.
what? It has to. It's definitely some kind of like behind the scenes magic that our producer slash husband will have to help explain to us later.
Yeah, husband.
Yeah, but he can't explain to it now because he won't be on the air, and it'll make me seem like I'm crazy while I'm listening. So
All right.
we'll just pretend it's ninth house magic.
Well, these chapters,
Hey, yeah, what'd you
goodness.
goodness. I was waiting. I was like, okay, is it good?
There a lot happened.
Yes, a lot did happen. Did you like? And we're not even done. We're close, but we're still got more coming.
We do. We're so close to the end.
Yeah. I
but
love. So
I don't even know what to say or
well,
like how to.
don't even worry about starting. It
It
doesn't
was
even matter.
a roller coaster with me, and I might say something controversial like at the end.
Go for it.
When we get there.
We can jump all over the place. Remember.
Well,
I'm just reminding you.
yeah, I know. I don't.
So,
yeah,
I know.
But so we've got like, it's like a whole group of people.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot of. So the way Lee always writes, and we bring this up, is she's very strategic with her writing method. So, and she lays out all these dots. And it's like, at first it seems very chaotic. And I don't think, I think it also isn't for every reader. I don't think all readers can catch on to some of those things because I think there's too many dots that make no connection. But you have to like be patient and know that there's, but it takes a brilliant mind to do this. I'm like, because I couldn't do this because it's just right now we're in that phase where all of a sudden all these random dots now are finally like, they're connecting. We've got the connections coming.
She's really good at giving you like a ton of suspects.
Yep.
Like, here's a lot of people it could be. Here's a lot of things it could be. And you don't know what to think or where it's going to go while it's all happening.
Because this is really like an actual murder mystery if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it really is her first one. Like, I mean, we really are reading like a story, and like, I mean, it's a mystery novel. I mean, if you think about it's not, but it is, like, in a sense. Like, when you think about it, it's fantasy, it's adult, but it definitely has that, it's got that criminal minds aspect to it.
Because now we go talk to a suspect.
Right.
Lance. We go visit him in jail.
Turner gives off a lot of these criminal minds vibes to me a lot. And but it's we've got all this stuff coming together. I will admit, I've not kept up with who everybody is. There are some people that the main characters I know, but there are some like names that get dropped that I'm like, I don't even know who that is. Like, I get a little confused when they bring up like Sveta, and sometimes I get a little confused on like,
the important thing is that like Tara,
blonde
dead chick.
Yes.
It started out innocently enough where she just was talking to people about a community garden.
Yeah.
Like, that's how this whole thing started. It's just like, hey,
herbology.
I like to grow things. Okay. And then they started growing for Blake, who is the frat boy, butthead guy that was ruining all these girls' lives.
Yeah, the Abercrombie and Fitch.
Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Abercrombie's going to be his nickname.
Yeah, Abercrombie.
Even though that's not a nickname from Blake, but like I never call people by their real names.
He's Abercrombie.
He's Abercrombie. So they're growing for Blake, but then Tara starts getting into chemistry with all these plants.
Yeah, there's all of a sudden there is a connection where all of a sudden she starts growing Merity. And like it's for like Lance, I believe, who is because Lance is like I believe like Lance is like she works with Lance. Like I mean, Tara starts growing Meredy, but like and it was like with Lance. Lance was helping her. Lance is the guy that
Lance is the guy in prison right now.
n- no. I no that's Blake. Is it? No, Blake. You're
Blake
right.
is Abercrombie.
You're right. Lance is the guy that's in.
Lance is her boyfriend
Lance is her boyfriend. Yes.
who's in prison right now.
Yep. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry.
Who like portaled out of prison.
Okay, I was about to say Colin. That's who I meant. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Colin is the
Uh-huh.
guy that she started getting help from. So,
Mhm.
and I think started introducing the magical part of.
She started using mushrooms and other things to start making tabs, like these little like tablets. So it was like this super concentrated super drug that included Meredy, but
She-
some other things.
Yep. And Lance didn't know what it was. And
I don't think anybody truly knew.
Yeah. And what's funny, I also loved this, was that Lance tried it and hated it. Was
Uh-huh.
like, stupid, horrible, what didn't even give me a buzz.
Yeah. It didn't do anything.
And Alec and like the writing that Lee does is like, wow, thank God you didn't realize what it did. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because I mean, at that time, I mean, my God, if you realize, like, I mean, it's the power of that drug.
Right. If you take it and all you want to do is what other people want to do and you're happy to do it, then you probably wouldn't recognize like what's going on.
Absolutely. It's actually like real, like, when I think about people like, I don't know, taking pain pills, for instance, like people don't realize that like if you actually have real pain and you take a pain pill, like usually like it's gonna help that pain. But if you like don't have pain and you take a pain pill, then you're gonna feel like a really big buzz off of it. Different than
Yeah.
it's just different.
Yeah.
Anyways, not to go into the chemistry of my history of drug use when I was, but just to let y'all know.
But like the interesting part is what they would do.
Mm-hmm.
They would take this drug and then they would go to this magic table and they would travel.
Yep.
So they're literally like traveling around the world to like Budapest and all kinds of places while on this drug. Which is kind of cool.
It's very cool. And because Tara almost had this like taste of what, like, she wanted to like know more about what the tabs and the drugs she was using could really do, and wanted to like know more. So eventually Colin and others from Scroll and Key came for Lance and Tara and blindfolded both of them and took them to this room where they stood at this table that you were talking about, and it's like the world opened up, you know. It's just like this crazy, and he describes it where like above it was the night sky, but below there was like darkness, and like a different darkness though. It's just it's crazy. But very cool. And but their first experience, he says how they were blindfolded and they walked through, and they were standing on a mountaintop and could see like, and that's where it started. And like, that's definitely portals.
Yeah.
So there we go. We got that portal magic.
Yep.
And what an incredible experience.
So what I thought was hilarious was like probably the funniest thing in the entire book so far for me was she's like, why in the heck would you come back? Why didn't you escape and like go to Cuba or something? And he said, I tried. I went to my house and you were there. So like I couldn't grab my things and leave. And then she's like, well, you freaking idiot. Why didn't you portal to the table and then go wherever from there?
Yep.
And like the realization that like swept over his face of like, damn it.
Yep.
Because it was his last tab.
Yep.
So, but still, still, why'd you come back? But anyway,
Yeah, that was because he
he
because
was out.
his excuse was he was going back there to grab some money and some things.
Yeah. But you're still out. Like, you could still run.
Yeah, like,
Anyway,
and why would you still go back?
yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
But yeah, that's fine.
But that cracked me up.
Yeah.
She's like, you wasted it. But like, literally, he was just like,
F.
oh.
Yeah. It is a really funny part.
That cracked me up.
Yeah. So we found out, like, I mean, that's a huge connection that, like, I mean, to find out really that Tara and Lance have a huge involvement with the houses. Like, I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's not just suspect anymore. We're like, now we know, okay,
They're working together
yeah. So
illegally.
there's definitely a way that something could have gone wrong here.
Mhm.
That Tara could have gotten killed. I don't think Lance did it, though.
So we start going through like a whole thing of like, she doesn't think Lance did it,
No,
which
I don't think either.
I don't think so either. Colin has an alibi because he was at that party, the same party that Dean Shadow
Yeah.
was at, because he serves at
Yeah.
the parties.
Yeah.
But
Also, what's her name?
Turner's like,
Yeah.
but if he could portal, then like, why couldn't anybody just like portal there and kill her and like go back without being?
And don't forget the face thing that you could do. Someone can do like, isn't there some like you could also put on someone else's like face, like some kind of magic, like a. They've mentioned it before somewhere in here, I believe, where there was like someone could easily put on like this glamour almost.
Glamour. That's what I was trying to.
Like that's the word.
That's the
that
word you were looking at. Yeah.
Glamour. I'm like their
You
face.
Got it.
Yes. The glamour.
Yeah.
So, yeah. However, this discussion that they have still doesn't lead us anywhere, except we just like, I mean,
We kind of take Lance off is really like,
okay, yeah, we don't think it's Lance anymore.
yeah, that's really, I think, what we got out of that, which is still important.
Yeah. But the next big thing,
Yeah.
which is what I think I've been
We've
waiting
all been waiting for.
Yeah, is it Tuesday night? No, it's Thursday night.
Wednesday, isn't it?
I thought it was Thursday night. My God, we've just like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
I thought it was like,
I thought they did them on Thursday. Maybe you're right. Did they do the rights on Thursday? On
I don't know.
Wednesday?
anyway,
They do them.
it's that day.
It's either Tuesday, Thursday. It's either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. One of those days.
under a new moon.
Under a new moon.
Yes.
It's the new right.
Yeah.
New moon right.
We're going to go get Darlington back.
And we have all been waiting. I've been really waiting.
I know, like
They've
we've
been
been
built-
waiting this long,
They've built this damn part up for.
I know.
It's like, and it went by so quickly though that I was kind of a little pissed off. That I was just like, okay, that went by too fast.
But
For,
it's like
a lot happens, but it happens really quickly.
they're so.
It's also a little confusing.
It is a little confusing, and we've got new people that like show up that like I didn't.
Yeah,
like Dean Shadow brings people in.
Yeah, it's just this weird thing. They talk. We know like they want to bring him back.
We're at his house.
One thing that I don't want to forget that I love is that we do, if we remember way back when we heard like when Darlington actually was walking through this hole, he said, "It's not a portal. It's a." And I can't remember. It was a.
It's a.
Yeah.
It's a.
Yeah, and that's what we got. So, put that in the back of your head, because I always had, and that is really important for this next part, because we finally like. They do this right, and it's very interesting. There's a lot of just weird.
She calls it like a bad dinner party, which is kind of accurate.
It reminds me a little bit of like an Addams Family dinner, the way like I'm picturing it.
I kind of pictured it like the Beetlejuice.
Yes, I think
like,
we're at the same.
Where they're at the weird table with the weird chairs,
Yep.
and like they're doing weird things.
The food is weird. It's molding. It's eating itself. It's bugs, and
and they do all kinds of weird things.
Yeah, because their whole thought process is they're bringing things that Darlington would like. Someone's made his favorite soup.
Yeah.
I just think that's funny. I mean,
Who
like,
doesn't love a good soup?
I mean, I hope that's his favorite food because I hope it's not just, I decided to make his favorite soup.
Yeah.
Like,
And they're in like the big ballroom of his house.
yeah, they are, which is, we do know his, and that's the point. That's the reason that that chapter was there that we didn't understand that was so boring.
Because we had to understand
his
the
connection.
to the house.
Black
and that's
Elm.
why they're doing it there because,
He loved that place.
yes.
It's Black Elm, right? It's called Black Elm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black Elm.
So,
And so they're doing all the rituals that keep the grays out, like that we do at other
yep.
things, because I'm assuming, I don't think they go into it too much, but I'm assuming they don't want to call someone else back if like they're just trying to get Darlington.
Right.
And they're
Right.
like there's
Dean, I'm glad that Mr. Shadow Man is in charge of all this because it
Yeah.
seems it's a little out of Lethe stuff. This is like, Lethe is the one that kind of they like patrol things. They
Mhm.
don't do a lot of like really crazy like portal magic and things like that. It's more of the Houses of the Veil that do more like crazy magic that's a lot more dangerous.
what cracks me up. Like they've got candles around and they're at like the directional like north, south, east, west, all this stuff. But they've got like iron sparks in the candles and he brings out the deed and he's reading the deed as part of like
Yeah.
what's going to bring him back. And it's like, witness the grandeur, the good and valuable consideration. So- and like apparently when he reads the words rise up above the candles and everything. Like it's a whole thing.
Lord.
And then there's like bells that they're ringing. Like there's all kinds of stuff going on.
There is a lot of bells. There's bells ringing. There's
But then that, like, as they're ringing the bells, it sounds like absolute chaos. Like, it sounds like I would just
Very
like curl
anxiety.
into a corner and just like die.
I'm getting anxiety thinking about
Yeah.
this.
When I read I was getting anxiety reading through this thing.
Yep.
Like, it sounded like there's so much noise and activity that like I don't know how anybody
Is concentrating on anything.
No.
I mean, this is
Shadow's shouting at them to like do things and
right. And we're bringing someone back from God knows where. I mean, and there's chaos going on. I mean, and then a random naked guy in a robe shows up.
like, hey guys,
I mean, who left the lights on?
hey guys,
My God, the light bell.
how's it going?
Jeez. Turn off the lights.
But
Turn off the lights.
that ended up being
That made me laugh.
that was one of Darlington's ancestors, though.
Oh yeah, that was his fault. That was the guy that
so they brought the
him.
wrong
That was Daniel Tabor Arlington the third.
They brought the wrong Arlington in.
Yeah, he but they described him literally like an emaciated chest and shriveled genitals.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying he's a naked
Uh-huh.
man in a robe because don't forget them shriveled genitals.
Like we really needed the full picture here.
Yes.
And he's smoking too.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
like-
He's got to be. It's just the perfect dinner party.
But the interesting thing too is she said that he doesn't look like a normal gray. So it's not
Yes.
we're not
right.
conjuring ghosts here. We're doing something else.
It seems a little
So,
different.
Yeah. So she said it's like
Literally like the veil,
yeah.
which is I think a very I don't know. I like the way that that's described. It showed like one, it's different. It's not
Mhm.
looking at grays, but it gives you that texture. It's almost like it just brings texture to like the whole thing,
Right.
Because she says like it looks like as if you're looking at him through a veil. And
Mhm.
it's like, interesting. So I don't understand that. I don't understand really what's going on here. This whole right thing is very,
Right.
it's a little wonky.
So they get rid of like old naked man, but
Yeah,
then something else starts coming to the forefront, and it's like this terrifying
booming,
beast,
but
and it's bringing this booming sound.
that connects us to the very first chapter.
Uh-huh.
Don't forget that.
Yep. And so like the whole room just like explodes.
It's
Which
already exploding with
which we
anxiety. If you could give a house Klonopin, this house needs it, or this group needs like a couple milligrams of Klonopin.
Yeah. So Dawes instantly recognizes what it is, and so she starts crying, and Shadow is screaming that something's wrong, so we need to stop everything. And Alex doesn't have any idea what's happening, just like the rest of us.
Right.
But when Dawes finally can speak, she says it was a hell beast.
And there were words spoken out loud that it sounded like there was murderer. Someone said murderer. I hate saying that word. Murderer. But they thought it sounded like Darlington, right?
Murder.
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 Okay.
Darlington's voice, but deeper and snarling.
Okay. So it so that's weird. And then my image that I got is that pretty much there's this house without a roof.
Or windows or anything, yeah.
Yep. And there's this huge beast with these huge horns, pretty much just like a gigantic devil, just looking down into a house.
Yeah.
That's what I got. And somehow Shadow Man says something and everything disappears. And then somehow everybody knows exactly what just happened.
Except for Alex.
Which, yeah. It's just like, duh. And I'm like, where did everybody come up with all this stuff? Apparently, yeah, there's this hell beast. What is a hell beast?
And they're like, so like Darlington, they all know, except for Alex, that Darlington is gone. And when Dawes is finally able to like say something, she's like, that beast ate Darlington.
What? I know. I'm just like, it's like, that's crazy.
And nobody's understanding what's happening, but Alex starts understanding.
Yes.
That it's not a portal. It's
a
a mouth.
That is so insane.
And it's Shadow that's saying nobody survives that. Like, not a single soul.
Yeah, because your soul gets eaten.
Can get through that. And everybody is just like, they just accept the fact that he's gone.
And Alex tries to say, well, he's not dead because he's not on the other side. But that's where they say, well, no, but because his soul
would be devoured as well.
So
yeah.
It's just crazy. I think it's insane to think that that's the very last thing I thought he would ever say. Like, I've been wondering, what was Darlington saying? It's not a portal, it's a mouth.
It's a mouth, yeah. Who would have guessed that?
I wonder, like, how terrifying, like, I think about these things. Like, if I was Darlington and I was, like, looking at something, the moment that you realized you were not walking into a portal, but you were inside a mouth.
Yeah.
Woo!
Do you know the image that I got? Okay, so I know this hell beast is supposed to be, like, terrifying and scary, and when they describe it...
Ooh, please bring up RuPaul. Sorry. I'll tell you. You go first. Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not where I was going.
I know.
But like when they describe hell beast, it reminds me of the beast in the first Ghostbusters movie. Like that's the image that I got.
Ooh.
But when they start talking about it's not a portal, it's a mouth, it takes me back to Ismrude. Because that reminded me of the giant worm in SpongeBob, where the worm is sitting there with its mouth open and they think it's a cave. And that reminds me of Izumrude. So, like, in my brain,
Darlington's just walking into a big Izumrude mouth.
he's just walking into.
I can see this as a cartoon, actually.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So that's where my brain went.
And what I thought you were about to just say, which apparently was not, but this is still really funny now, is now my image of that hell beast is Trinity K. Bonet's this year, her when she was in the oh my gosh, the comedy thing that we wait for every year, then they dress up as other characters. The Jinx one playing Judy Garland, Snatch Game.
Snatch Game.
Yeah, when she dressed up as the devil.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, that helped. Could you imagine that, like, fate? Like, I just imagine that body looking over a house or looking into it with those little gloves. Hey, guys.
I almost had tea shoot out my nose.
Hey, guys.
Oh my goodness, what's going on?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so we still have one more chapter.
Okay, so yeah, Darlington's dead and gone, and we're laughing about it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I know a lot of people are
Like very confused.
probably really heavy,
They've just
and we're just like,
hung up. Yep. This call is over.
sorry.
Your
Sorry,
beloved
we're really
favorite
sad.
character.
We're really sad.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Darlington.
Bring it back. Okay.
R.I.P.
Yes. Okay. Pull it together. So for the last chapter, that was a good laugh. Okay. So in case you didn't think anything could get any weirder,
Right.
don't worry, because behind door number 3, yeah, we do.
So, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nope, sorry. I realized that was really rude. That was so rude, and I'm so sorry.
I do it to you all the time and never even apologize. So if we went back every time I interrupt you and I don't even know it, so please, you're fine. My God.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, because they kind of touch on this a little bit. Do we actually think that he's gone?
I don't. No. Not right
I don't
now.
think it can be over like that.
No. I don't think so.
And
We've
I-
read too much about him.
Right. Like, it feels too abrupt.
Yeah. And also I have a sense of shadiness. There's something shady about, like, that
And they
just,
bring that up.
it's just too confirmed too quickly, just like that makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
There's
That's
And-
part of the discussion that they have.
because I mean, and I think that's why Alex seems very confused and we as readers seem confused, because I'm sorry, there's some missing pieces that have been left out before you confirm that your friend or whoever this is completely gone. I mean,
Yeah.
and it took them just like, okay, he gone. Sorry.
And that booming sound is the same sound that she heard
Yes.
way before all of this.
Same time Tara died.
Died. Yeah.
Actually. So and she brings up, I wonder if that was Darlington trying to like
Warn.
warn me or come back or
Yeah.
something. And it's just like,
And that could have been happening now. Especially, like, he's saying murder.
right.
So why would he say murder?
Right. And
Is it because somebody brought the
There?
hell beast on to murder him, and he's trying to tell her that she's in the presence of murder? Or is he trying to say that they're trying to murder him right now?
there's something very shady about it.
Okay, good. I know that you've read ahead.
Oh, but don't worry, I
but
forgot.
like, okay, good.
It's like reading it again, so I can't remember.
But like, yeah,
Shade.
I mean, I know Lee. I don't know.
There, yeah.
She could do it, but like,
No, there's
it
no
just
way.
didn't feel.
it doesn't feel right.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I am reading this like I read this when it first came out, but I can't remember any of it.
Yeah.
Like not the details of it. I remember I liked it. So,
And what happens next is
isn't
the part that
it's bonkers, but it's not my after that, like I mean, it's good. It's not my favorite part of the story out of those 3 chapters. Okay, well yeah, I'm interested to hear because there's probably something that you saw that I probably didn't see
the
or
next part just like I don't know.
tell us. Talk.
It's eh, I was thoroughly disappointed, I guess I will say.
Okay.
It very much disappointed me. Because so I mean just to kind of like
Gotta
ease
explain
into it,
why.
I
Yeah.
guess. There's a male voice saying unlock the door and it's the
Blake guy.
compulsion.
It's that star drug.
So like yeah, so Dawes actually opens the door even though she didn't really intend to, and it's Abercrombie
Right.
looking like Abercrombie,
Yep.
and he makes both of them do crazy things. He's beating the crap out of
He's trying to kill Alex.
Alex. Dean Shadow comes in. He's trying to make Dean Shadow kill Alex, stab her, whatever
Right.
else. But it comes out that he's the one that killed Tara.
No. No.
What?
Not. It's
He's-
implied. It's not really concrete. It is not. I promise you. Like it's like it. It seems like it. However, it is like if you read it again, it from the way I read it, it definitely like it leaves you with like, did that? Wait a minute. Did he just admit to killing Tara, or did he not? Because it's not exactly said. That's what I got out of it.
Okay.
So I felt like it left you because I mean it wasn't exactly very specific. A lot of things were going on, and then Lee wrote very like I mean we'd have to find the exact spot, but it was kind of she writes. It was really specific the way it was written, and I'm not even in the right chapter. No wonder I can't find it, Lord. But yeah, I personally don't think, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that he said that he did. I think it was starting to come to a point where it was implied, but it never was really like confirmed. It kind of was just like, yeah, just implied. That's all I gotta say. Like, unless I'm trying to figure out where it is.
380.
380? Okay.
The top of 380.
Can you be quiet? He asked. Tell me you can be quiet. I can be quiet. Okay. Okay, Blake giggled, that high-pitched giggle she remembered from the video. That's what Tara said, too. What did she say? Alex whispered. What did she do to make you mad? Blake leaned down. His face was still beautiful, cut and sharp, almost angelic lines. She thought she was better than all my other girls, but everyone gets the same from Blake. Had he been stupid enough to use the Merity on Tara? Had she realized what he was using it for? Had she threatened him? Did any of it matter now? Alex was going to die in the end. She'd been no smarter than Tara, no more able to protect herself. Alex, Dean Sandow's voice from somewhere came down. Yeah, so, and that's it. So, it's not exactly. I see where you thought that though, but I don't think it's it makes you think it for a second, but I don't think it is. I don't.
Okay.
But maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
Well,
Do you
if he is, then that's like
That would
that is
that would suck.
like the most disappointing thing ever.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think so.
Like if it's just an angry boy.
Do you think since rereading, like I mean, did me rereading that make you think any differently? at all, or no?
No,
Do you still think? Okay.
but I mean, I don't.
I think I'm just going off of the hope that, like, no, I mean,
That it can't be that simple.
yeah, I would hope not. And there's a lot going on. I mean, it's just kind of like
Because it seems like to me when she said I can be quiet and he said
right.
that's what Tara said too, is that she snitched or that she was gonna snitch and he had to do something about it is like what.
See, I think that it was more of an implication about the fact that Alex and Tara both actually knew about the powers of Merity and like what it could do and how to like get around it, and like it felt like he always was used to girls that would just do whatever and also fall over their heels, I think, for him. And Alex and Tara were girls that didn't do that. I don't think fell for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I think that's what I think he's implying. But
Well,
I see what you're
she thought she
saying.
was better than all my other girls, so they had a thing.
There was some, yeah, there
And
is,
then
and he didn't like.
in the end, she said she was going to die. In the end, she'd been no smarter than Tara, no more able to protect herself from death.
But that's
Is
Alex's
what's
thoughts.
right. So I can't.
It's Alex thinking it.
Right. And I can't argue with you about it because I know you said you forgot, but you still read it before.
Oh, well, it's not to argue, but you got.
But
It's a discussion.
so
girl.
whenever it comes to like this, then I'm like, wait a minute, you've read it before.
But I can't remember. Seriously, I'm not kidding.
So
I'd hope to God.
that's what I was saying. Like, if that's it,
I hope not.
then that makes it this like
That'd be so sad.
cliched. I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
So I will just say that I hope that's not it.
Let's tune in. We've got a couple.
Because like that's the end.
That's why we've got more chapters, I think. I really
Yes.
do.
We have 2 more episodes before we're at the end.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's no way that I think with this much left, there's no way that we just found out who killed Tara. Don't you think?
I hope.
Like, I don't.
I mean, I feel like we still need to hear more about Darlington in these chapters.
We've got to hear about Darlington, but I think
More about North in these chapters. I feel like we have to find out about his wife or his fiance. So there's like still things that are like open ended, and I hope that it's not just like, oh yeah, it was Blake because he
No.
was mad that somebody didn't treat him
yeah, Abercrombie.
like the way he wanted to be treated. But anyway, the other weird thing that happens is that she starts yelling about, or she starts thinking about the daughter of Lethe, and all the jackals come.
Yes, I actually really liked that.
That was too weird and random for me.
Really?
It's weird, random, and very convenient.
Oh.
I think that's like one of the reasons why
Are we supposed to be paused, do you think? That screen?
Sure. I think sometimes that's why I have a hard time with like fantasy books, because it's like a problem happens and it's like, oh, magic, so we can solve anything.
Gotcha.
So like it's too convenient for me, but whatever.
Yeah.
We've got random dogs.
Well, they're the jackals from the beginning.
Yeah.
And I mean, see, I think it's neat because I just remember from the beginning, Darlington explains that those jackals are like a part of Lethe House, and
Yeah.
like they only are for people that are Lethe, and like that was when she wasn't Lethe. Like, you know, she was just beginning. So, you know, it was I understand your vibes about during this part it does describe the house like almost kind of like having emotions. Like
Yeah.
it starts like vibrating and Alex is like kind of like telling it to like shut up almost in a way. It's not verbatim, but like it's
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
interesting. However, I did love the line like I feel like, because I felt like we started this book with her feeling very disconnected from Lethe, not understanding what her job was, and to finally be able to like be, hey, and I know you don't like fantasy, so it's the, but to all of a sudden be able to be like, you know what, I am the daughter of Lethe, like let's,
Right. Yeah.
and so I love that. I thought that was neat, but I understand it's hard for people that aren't a big fantasy lovers that magic can come in and save the day sometimes. But I know. So, anyways,
That's
so that was fantastic, wonderful. We'll
Yeah.
just stop where we are. Um,
the end.
bye. So no, we're kidding, and that made no sense to anybody listening because the reason we said that is our producer was just letting us know we were at an hour. So, anyways, real quickly, it has been a fantastic episode, but we actually, it's that very special time for GrishaCast
GrishaCast news!
news. Okay, so GrishaCast news. Well, pretty much GrishaCast news is that we got the fall newsletter from Lee,
Yes.
and looking at it right now, one, she promised us an excerpt from Hellbent, and there is a nice little excerpt. I'm not going to read it, but it's definitely like a little bit more lengthy than the Instagram post
Yeah.
that we saw.
Check
So-
your email.
Yes. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to leebardugo.com or grishaverse.com and you can sign up for that to be on this newsletter. So updates, we know that we know what's coming. I mean, Demon in the Wood is right around the corner.
Yep. In literally like 20 days.
Yep. Which is really exciting. Let's see. I hope and this is actually Lee Bardugo's words. I hope to have word on Shadow and Bone season 2 for you soon. We managed to harvest 2 watermelons from our vines, but okay, so I thought we were gonna get a little bit more for but
Nope.
Okay.
That's it.
So she just went right in. Yep. Didn't give us anything.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, she but she harvested more watermelons, so
Oh,
that's
good.
good.
Good for her.
But yeah, she pretty much we've got a lot coming, which is exciting. This is, I think, I don't know, ever since we've been celebrating all these our Grishaversary every year and paying attention to all this stuff and watching the season come out, when things get close to all of a sudden we get to this point when things are about to come out, things get a little quiet before they explode.
Yeah.
Like we're about to get a lot of news on season 2, and because we had a lot of stuff already, we had the conventions and things like that. For those of you that were able to go, congratulations, mazel tov, happy for you, and we are very glad.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, it seems like there's just a lot of information out there, and just I think there's more. We just gotta hold on, and yeah, Demon in the Woods right around the corner. It's really exciting. So, anyways, we love you all so much, and thanks for listening. We'll be covering I Wonder What's Next, the next 3 chapters next week. So that will be 27, 28, and 29. That's not going to leave us like this random thing, is it? Because how many chapters
We'll
are?
have 3 after that.
Okay, good. Perfect. So, perfect. Well, anyways, it's been fantastic. Love you guys. And, okay, well, long live the Grishaverse.
Like, we're at the end of the hour, so my voice is a little husky. A plus.
No mourners.
No funerals.
This has been GrishaCast. Connect with us on the web at GrishaCast.com. Send an email to info@GrishaCast.com.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok at GrishaCast.
And thank you to our amazing staff, Chris, Michelle, Alex, and Brett.